Okay, so a lot of people have had trouble with some Ahri combos, and I get why. Like, when you're doing our combos, it all feels like it's kind of put together by like paper and tape, right? That everything can just fall apart, and it kind of is to a degree. So I want to give some tips on some of the things you might notice are going wrong and how to kind of stabilize it a bit. I'm not going to show you like the most optimal BnB, the most consistent BnB, because you're gonna see new stuff on every day. I wake up and I'm like, why did I waste my time learning that combo? There's a new one. I'm just gonna show you things that might happen to you and what you want to look for when you're doing your Ahri combo. So the first one I want to mention, the first tip is just don't mash the next thing, right? You do something like this. Don't mash, like, obviously you can't mash here. You're gonna notice you won't cross up. But let's say you press this, don't just mash your forward dash. Watch her with your eyeballs, finish the fireball, press forward dash, hold heavy, okay? Like, it feels much more consistent. If you're just like, you see my inputs, there's no mashing here. If you just get used to the timing, this, like, a lot of people have trouble with this charged heavy at the end of this S1. And it's actually not that hard if you're trying to slow it down and really think of it as like a combo that you're doing in a sequence rather than like, okay, it feels like shit. It doesn't even feel good to do that, right? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people learn their combos that way, especially in games with Gatlings, but you don't have to. And the thing with the charged heavy is that you kind of don't have to charge it as long. Like, if you see how long I charge my heavy here, it's the whole time. But so I'm gonna press heavy as soon as I go up, and if I hold it as long as possible, it's like halfway down she releases it, right? But you'll notice she actually turns red at like the peak of the jump. You don't have to hold it the entire time to get the bonus knockback. Just try to get used to it. Don't do the entire combo over and over. Just get used to doing like this part first. Don't mash it and just boom, that's it, easy. Try it again. Easy, right? I mean, it might not be easy, but you get the point, right? So you really want to just get used to Ahri crossing up Jinx and do this sequence nice and slow. Don't mash anything, and it'll make the whole thing a little bit easier. And once you get that part down, you want to get the next part down, which for a lot of combo is just tap your dash button, press heavy. Tap your dash button, press heavy. We put it all together. We do what we just practiced. No mashing, forward dash heavy, right? If you break the combo down like this, where you're not mashing, you're really being deliberate, everything starts to make more sense, and you can do whatever route you practice from there, right? Just really get used to the timing of my S1 finished, I can dash, right? I can dash. I can dash, right? If you start mashing it, it feels really awkward, and then you have to press the heavy, it's too late. Just get used to, right? I can dash, I can press heavy, right? It's actually, like, the slower you do it, not literally like doing it slow, but like the kind of, you break it down into small pieces where you're really deliberately pressing one button after the next because you've learned, you know, this S1, the first few times you do it, it feels like you should be able to dash faster, right? That's why I'm showing this example where you press dash and nothing happens. It feels like you should. Okay, the next thing I want you to talk about with Ahri is when you want to do the corner combo, a lot of people call it the Sonic Fox combo. It's very similar to the combo we just talked about, where you don't want to rush all of this, right? But once you do hit this heavy, you want to do the rest of this combo much slower than you think. So after I land with this heavy, I'm going to wait a bit and then press heavy. You see the big gap I waited there? And the exact same thing goes for the follow-up, where after I hit my heavy, you want to wait until you hit that down H. You see how long, like, I hit my heavy, I jumped, and then I pressed at like the peak of my jump. I didn't rise with it because then your combo won't work. This combo is a little awkward to get used to. It's a really good corner combo. You can pretty much do whatever you want after what I just showed you. But again, don't mash anything. Really take your time with it. Like, this combo actually, it's actually easier to do when you realize like how much time you have to do all this. Right? These are like the two big problems I think a lot of people have, is like getting the dash into charged H. It does take a bit getting used to, you know, I don't want to make it sound like it's the easiest thing ever, but just practice that part by itself, and specifically after the Air S1, because like once you get used to it, it does feel much more natural. I think a lot of people get in the habit of pressing their buttons too much. Like, you're literally, if I just press dash twice here, I instantly miss the combo. Like, I didn't even do that on purpose. It feels more awkward when you're not doing it in like a nice sequence. The same goes for the corner, where you want to deliberately press things late. You want to really deliberately press things late here because you have so much time with your heavies. And even if you do it too early, your jump H won't combo into the next thing. And these are the big things to do. And also want to mention that, like, don't be afraid to keep it simple. Ahri combos do feel like a little awkward sometimes. So sometimes you might notice that you did like an awkward hit. You don't know what to do. Just do launch into S1, into super, whatever. Like, you get good corner carry. If you have a good DHC, my Blitzcrank now is full steam, and I can, you know, go for the command grab that everyone does every single time when they have full steam. But yeah, don't be afraid to find like the easy fallbacks. Because of these combos, sometimes you're not sure if they're gonna land properly. That she has like good fallbacks, right? Even with this, where you could just do this instead, which feels a little easier for some people. And sometimes when you're at max range, you're not sure if like your side special 2 will connect, and it doesn't a lot. Just find an easier route, right? Maybe for you it's like this into an assist. I can't do that. For some people, they just want to do super 1 where you hold it. You can get a combo here and do your whole thing there, right? Like, just find different routes that are comfortable for you, that are not too hard, that just in case you get these awkward hits, you're not sure, right? Like the max space, this feels terrible to do, you're just killing yourself. Have a safe alternative. Even if you just have to do this, not a big deal, right? The knockdown and corner carry is good. You can run all the way up to them and start something. Obviously, you know, you got to cover for rolls. And same with like anti-airs, right? Some anti-air combos with Ahri feel really awkward, where like even when I'm hitting her the right direction, sometimes she goes like, I really hope they change Ahri's 2H. Like, this just feels terrible. Everything about this feels terrible. I just do this. And yeah, because of that, I've just been trying to like air-to-air people sometimes. Just do what I showed you here. You know, it's not the best combo, but you get your good corner carry. You can DHC if you took that fuse. Like, find the alternatives to the janky stuff, because nothing feels worse than drop. Oh, I got my anti-air. My character doesn't work, right? That feels like shit. So try to find the alternatives for like the safe things. And yeah, I mostly just want to talk about like this S1 stuff, because a lot of people have trouble. Really do it slowly. Take your time with it. The main problem you want to lab here is just, when can you dash after that, right? Press it once, your dash macro, and notice, right? I pressed it once, I was too early. I pressed it once, that was really late. So really just get used to, you know, when can I press it after this, and the rest of the combo isn't like that hard to do after. And you can just, you know, after that you can find whatever the optimal combo of the day is. It's gonna get better and better every day. It actually won't feel natural at first, but once you get used to it, it feels like almost a bit easier, because you have much more time to do all this than you think. You can do, you know, a DHC there. What I like to do is I like to restand here with Blitz. You see how high Jinx got hit there, and it all still works because, yeah, I dropped it. I was talking. It's because I was talking, I swear. It's also a little bit hard, but that was the easy part of the combo. But yeah, I hope these tips help your Ahri feel a little more consistent. Her combos do feel weird. It might sound like I'm trying to make all this sound very simple, but even I start dropping these combos sometimes. That'll happen with the new game. The other thing with Ahri combos, this is less combos and more resets. You'll notice sometimes you want to do stuff like your restands and or just combos or pressure in general, and you're going over people with your air dash, right? You're going over people with your air dash, you don't get a good combo. This doesn't actually auto time it, but I like to jump and whiff a medium and then kind of watch Ahri fall. It just helps me like pace the combo better. You're not actually just like mashing your air dash after the medium, or else you might still go over, I feel like. Let's see. Like that. But just like, for me, it helps me like realize to slow it down, watch Ahri finish the medium, and then do my air dash late. When you're doing like, you're kind of doing like your mix-ups where you want to get a really low air dash, I just, you know, it helps me look out. It helps me get really low. Do whatever helps you. You know, you can't really do a heavy. So just try to do something that helps you get really low to the ground when you're doing your high lows. Again, this medium doesn't like literally time it if you mash your dash, but this kind of comes to me with what I'm talking about, being very purposeful with your input. For me, it just feels smooth to like do a jump medium, watch Ahri fall a bit, and then fall with my own 2H or 2L, 2H. Moral of the story in a lot of this is don't mash a lot of the stuff, right? You're gonna go over people by accident. You're not going to get this consistently. It's going to feel terrible. Be much more slow and methodical with a lot of your combos, and hopefully the stuff I showed you makes some of them feel more consistent. For more combos, tech, 2x scale stuff, let me know anything you want to know about the game. I will be happy to help you lab it. Just leave a comment below. I would appreciate if you could like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Stay beautiful, my friends.